Alrighty, YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video. Christian McCaffrey was at 49ers practice yesterday. The 49ers officially opened up his 21-day practice window. And bearing any setback, McCaffrey is expected to play Week 10 this upcoming week versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So obviously this is massive news for the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan and the organization all along was pretty much hinting at this Week 10 return. It's been a whirlwind for the 49ers without Christian McCaffrey. Their struggles to score in the red zone has really been clear. Their run game definitely hasn't been as efficient as it usually is when Christian McCaffrey is playing and when he's healthy. So man, this is big for the Niners. I mean, you talk about the second half of the schedule and how tough that the second half of the schedule is going to be, and then to get Christian McCaffrey back to give this offense a boost, it's massive. So again, bearing any setback, he will play Week 10 versus the Bucs. It's kind of been the plan all along for the Niners is to get him back. In order to play in this Week 10 game. And, obviously the hope is that he doesn't suffer any setback and that, everything kind of goes smoothly. And obviously that's not only just leading up to this game either. I mean, I just pray to God that he doesn't suffer any setback and that he's able to play the remainder of the season without any tweaks or any other injuries that might kind of flare up. So, man, I mean, like I said, it's a big boost to the 49ers offense. They've been one of the worst red zone offenses in the entire league the entire season. They just don't look like the same team without Christian McCaffrey. And obviously Brock Purdy in the offense, and they did what they've absolutely could possibly do. Obviously, they could have played a little better in certain games here and there, but sitting at 4-4, it could definitely be worse. We could be 3-5. 4-4 is not that bad. Obviously, I mean, I've said this all along, but the 49ers' second half of the schedule is tough. They got teams like Detroit. They play, obviously, Arizona. They play the Rams again. They play Seattle. They play Buffalo. Let's not underestimate this Tampa Bay team going into Week 10 either. Tampa Bay just put up a hard-fought, game versus the Kansas City Chiefs last night. They lost, but, Baker Mayfield, what Tampa's been able to do without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin is Baker Mayfield could not be playing better. A lot of people thought, when Mike Evans and Chris Godwin went down with their injuries, that Baker in this offense wouldn't really put up any more points, that Baker would struggle. The Bucs have played extremely well with little talent that they currently have on their offense. I give Tampa Bay all the props in the world. I mean, I like Baker Mayfield. I think that he's always been kind of overlooked and underestimated and things like that. But what Baker Mayfield's been able to do this year, going back to when he had Godwin and Evans number one, but now what he's being able to do, without those guys, without his two top weapons, Tampa's a great football team. So they definitely cannot overlook Tampa going into Week 10. That's going to be a tough game. That's an important game. That could be a potential playoff matchup if things kind of align right. So the 49ers are going to have to absolutely be on their A game. But again, knowing that Christian McCaffrey could likely he's on track to play, right? Like right now he is playing Week 10. If there is any setback, it could be prolonged more. But obviously the hope is that he doesn't suffer any setback and that, for the remainder of this season, he stays healthy and the Niners can figure out how to go on a run like they typically do in the second half of the season and, go into the playoffs with about as healthy as a team as you could possibly have. Dre Greenlaw is expected to come back in the next couple weeks. Jawan Jennings was seen practicing yesterday. Jake Moody's going to be back. Talanoa Hufanga should be back in the next few weeks. So, this team's getting healthier. They just have to stay healthier. They have to stay healthy, I guess you could say. It seems like when certain guys come back, other guys go down. So if the Niners can figure out how the hell to stay healthy, for the second half of this season, I don't see why they can't go on a deep playoff run again. So we'll see what happens. But again, Christian McCaffrey on track to play Week 10. He is back at practice. That's a big boost to this offense. That's a big moral boost to this team. And it's go time. I mean, again, 4-4 going into Week 10, coming off of the bye week. You got to go on a run. You got to start stringing wins together and most importantly, beat teams that you should beat. Tampa Bay being one. The 49ers are a better team than Tampa Bay. Now, again, that doesn't necessarily mean that the Niners can go in and overlook this Tampa team, because at the end of the day, any given Sunday in the NFL, I think we've seen that multiple times this year, and we see it every year. But yeah, so 4-4 going into Tampa. You get McCaffrey back. You have Greenlaw coming back in the next couple weeks. Jawan Jennings back at practice. You're getting your field goal kicker Jake Moody back, and Talanoa Hufanga is also going to be returning in the next couple weeks. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. I'm praying that McCaffrey does not suffer any setback and that he will be able to play Week 10. Right now, he's on track to. Right now, the 49ers are looking upward. So hopefully it stays like that. Hopefully we get reinforcements back and guys stay healthy and we go on a run. So let me know your guys' thoughts of McCaffrey's return in the comments down below. As always, go Niners, and I'll see you guys in the next one.